Dear students, we are going to draw a sciography for simple elevated prism. Light source is in front of the spectator. So I have drawn a simple prism. So here in this case the prism is elevated. So that means it is above the ground plane. So there is some distance is there between, it is floating on air. There is a distance between the prism and the shadow. So that we are going to show here in this problem. So what I made is I took from HL to ground line very close, so maybe about 2 centimeter, and from ground line to PP I have taken about 6 to 7 centimeter. If you want you can little bit increase it or decrease it. If you want you can decrease it. See why I have taken, there is a reason is there, because shadow, when we do it the shadow will appear here, so it will going to be a big shadow. That's why I took distance. So if you want I have taken little more than 5 or 6. If you want you can little bit you can decrease it, just a 1 or 2 centimeter you can decrease what I have taken. And the object is 2 centimeter by 1 centimeter. Here also I have taken the object very less in size, because I am doing in an A4 sheet. If I take a bigger size, then the station point distance will be less. Then it is to get VP and the point location for V1 it will be difficult. So that's why I have decreased all the measurements, and the distance also I have decreased. So if you are doing in A2 sheet, if you want to do, but in A2 sheet if you want to do 2 problems, you can follow the same method. So what I'll show you here, the distance between ground line and PP is 8.5 centimeter I have taken, but if you want you can make it up to 6 centimeter. So nothing will change if you are going to follow 8.5 centimeter only, nothing will change. And from HL to GL is around 1.5 centimeter I have taken. So if you want you can follow the same measurements, or you can from HL to ground line you can make it 1.5 centimeter only, but ground line to PP you can decrease it to 6 centimeter, right? Okay, now we will do a plan. As I told you, this prism is elevated, it is floating on a ground. So what I made is, we have to draw a plan below the ground. You can see here, this is the ground line, and I have made this plan. So how I made, I will tell you that. See here, there is no any measurement how much the height can be there. So you can observe here, these points here I have made very close to object, because see I can take it here also, I can take it here also, but thing is what happened, I will tell you, the shadow will be appear, it will go beyond that sheet. So that's why I have taken very close. So I just from VT at any closer to that. So because we know these lines which we have been drawn from the plan. So from that, from VP1 very close to this object I have drawn this line, and from that I have drawn that behind plan. And when this line will join, so from VP1 VP2, so I will just join here. So then I got the front point. From front point, then again VP1, if I join, I will get this line. So then what you can do is you can just draw, you can join the points, then you will get a square. See, as I told you, if you want you can little bit make it below also, but the thing is if you make it little drop, how much you drop down, so that much the shadow will be go beyond. So to avoid that I have taken very close, that's all. But this is the ground line, you can see that. So this is the ground line. Now when I draw, this is the plan, it is I am showing elevated, so you can see that. Now to this line, see what we have done previous problem, whatever the object which was there, from that we have drawn a parallel line from station point as a taking reference. From PP we have pointed for vanishing point for plan or actual right trace, but here we have to show the object is floating. So that's why this plan below the ground line is necessary. So what I have drawn is taking this as a parallel and station point as reference. So I have marked here, so this one is V1, I have marked here. See, that's what I will tell you now what is happening here. See here, you can observe here the VP2 to V1 or vanishing point for plan position is too much. The distance is too much. So that's what it is happened because I have taken the distance of ground line to PP is too much. That's why. If you want to decrease it, you can decrease this. So it is directly proportion. So if you want to decrease the proportion of VP very close to V1, and you can make it close to PP also, that is directly proportional. So how much you increase this also increase. How much you decrease it, this also decreases. That's all what you can do it. If you take only this much, it may come very close here and it may come over here also. So some students you have found that VP2 only you have found V1 because the distance between the ground line and the PP is very less. That's why. So here it has more went. So because the distance between the ground line and PP is here is more. That is why. Okay, this is now from PP, which I marked V1, from V1 as a center, SP as a radius. So now I am going to make an arc. So this arc I got it here. So that when we join it, so we will get the point O. So this is the O. So then the usual method from here. So we will draw this line. So this is V1 for plan position, and this also V1, and we need to, okay, so here I have drawn V1 plan position, here also V1, and as this problem tells you about the light source has to be in front of the spectator, then we need to locate on top here, not from here. So that will going to be V3. V3 is always we mention for the light source in front of the spectator. V2 is for light source behind the spectator. So now we have to make V3. So from this O angle I have to draw a line. So you can take at any height. So that is, you have a freedom to choose that, because as I explained, so here when you mark it anywhere here, so that means how much the timings is there, that you can calculate, and by that time and you can make it, draw a line from here. So I am going to locate from V0 or O to at some, maybe at this height. I am taking approximately, you can choose any height based upon the timings which you want to take. You know that morning and evening will get a longer shadows, and afternoons will get a very short shadow. So to look, if you want to get a longer shadow, you can increase the height. So maybe I can mark here. So from this I have taken. Okay, so this is V3. So now what we have to do is, from this point to all the light rays has to come over here, and from the plan it has to come from here. This is the plan position. From here we have to locate, we have to draw the lines for the plan, and the light rays has to come from here, it has to fall on that. So we will do that. So from V3, now what you can do is, you can make from here to draw. I have drawn that, and from here to this corner, first we'll locate the front side, and V1 to here, and V1 to this background. So now I got the points over here that I have made shadow here. Then from back also the same thing, and here the object is elevated, we need to take from 4 backside corners also the light is falling. So that is what. So from here V3, again from back here, that I marked here on the back line of that, and from V3 to here, and that is going to be in the front, and again from V3 the back here it will come over here, and in the front on the front line it will come over here. So this is when we make it, we can now, it is ready for to show the sciography. So from front, this shadow is coming over here, that we have marked here, the same as that end I have marked here. So this we can join. This we can join, and object is floating from this point here, and this is the plan, and here the light is coming, and this is the point we got, and for this we got point here. So these two we are going to join. And this point is this back side, back corner of lights of that object, and here I got it, the point. So this and this I am going to join. And this is the back line, the light ray, and this is the from V1, this line. So from here to here we can join. And this line you can join now. So this as horizontal line, cast horizontal shadow from this point to VP if you want join, and here the line will go like this. So this is the shadow. So now you can make shadow. And now this is the shadow, and this is the shade we are going to draw. You can draw with the help of a scale, or you can draw freehand also. So this is the sciography.